Hey guys, it's 1:30 a.m. Can't sleep, so I thought I'd do a bit of a rant. So the reason I can't sleep is because I'm stewing, I'm thinking, and what I've been thinking about is I watched this video just before I tried to go to bed, how I made 40k or whatever this month doing absolutely nothing. And there's nothing wrong with the video. It's a good video. It's pretty informative, and everything. But it really just emphasized the fact that I feel like I'm so trapped by the hustle culture mentality, and it really affects my life in a negative way. And what I mean by that is, when I look at my life, actually, by all metrics, things are going well. Like, I make a decent amount of money for my age. I have no debts. I have no issues. I have no health issues. I'm healthy. I have good family. I got no mental issues or anything. And really, like, they should be the most important things that are, giving me satisfaction. But there's always that feeling of wanting more. And obviously, part of that is the human condition. Like, you know, you once you achieve something, you're always going to want the next thing. That's fine. You get used to something and then you want more. But I think a large part of it, and I don't think this is just me, is just the constant messaging you just hear all the time of like, oh, it's so easy to make money now, blah blah blah. Hustle, you got to hustle. What's your side hustle? Blah, blah. I feel like it's really, I don't know, like a trap. Like the messaging we're getting all the time is like, what you're doing isn't enough. Like a 9 to 5 isn't enough. you know, you grind for the night to get the 9 to 5, and then once you get the 9 to 5, you're like, there's just more messaging like now you got to grind to make money outside of that. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely a skill issue on my half as well, but yeah, I feel trapped by it sometimes because I feel like it stops me from living in the present because the thing is, even if I made more money than I do now, it wouldn't change my lifestyle at all. I would still drive the same car, eat the same food. I'm a pretty financially okay guy. I don't make large purchases and I don't really have any desire to. But yeah, I still feel the desire to make more money. I still just feel the desire to, spend all my spare time side hustling, start a startup, work on my own business. And yeah, it's a bit of a plague that's like always on my mind. I wonder if I would live a more fulfilled life if I was able to just let go of these desires. And yeah, I guess the question is, when is enough enough? I mean, like you see every billionaire, they're working like 80 hours a week when they're like 80 years old. They can't let go. They refuse to let go. Like all these hustling, Mr. Beast apparently works like 300 hours a week or whatever. The problem with having the hustle mindset is that I feel like it'll trap you for the rest of your life even, because you never feel like you've achieved enough. So I guess where am I going with this rant? Like, what are the next step forward for me in order to free myself from this affliction of just, yeah, feeling like there's always more I can be doing, and maybe there is more I can be doing. But I guess the first thing is really making sure I'm cognizant of what I do value in life. As I said before, I got good relationships with my friends and family. Well, I'm single, so no romantic relationships, for better or for worse. I'm enjoying that as well, being single right now. And yeah, I find a lot of meaning, living an active lifestyle, doing running, climbing. And maybe these are the things I should be focusing on to try and avoid this lifestyle. Not this lifestyle, but this mental trap. And then also thinking about like, and then what? So like, I make this money, I invest, I make a lot of money. I start side hustling, I start a successful drop shipping business, and And then what? And it makes me wonder, like, is there a cutoff point where I'm like, okay, now I have enough money? And in my head, I just have this number, $600,000 a year, and that's AED. I'm like, if I had $600,000 a year, sorry about that. If I had $600,000 a year, I could easily afford to pay for myself and any potential kids I have, potential wife, and they wouldn't have to work, and I could just take care of everything, and it would be okay. So, and if I have that number, it'll be enough. But I know if I did achieve that, there would still be something over the horizon. Something nagging at me, being like, you need to make more. You could be doing more with your time. Yeah. I don't know. I was working on my Chrome extension recently. Just a fun Chrome extension that I've been working on. And before I started working on the Chrome extension, I had a look around. So essentially, it's just like you you can bring up an emoji menu and you can search for emojis like you do in Discord or Slack. Get an example. And before I actually went and implemented it myself, I was like, oh, let's see if it's been created before already, because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. So if I go to message someone, you know, you can bring up these emojis. I want to make the same thing in Chrome. It's a simple thing. It's very convenient, and yeah, I think a lot of people, myself included, will like enjoy using it. Anyway, so I go to check if it's already been made, and like it exists in the Chrome store. I was like, oh, awesome. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. Now I don't have to do it. I can just use one of these menus or something. But like, you start to realize these emojis, they seem good in paper, but when you add them to Chrome, that they actually cost money to use. Like, it's ridiculous. Actually, maybe not this one. Like, I'm here on this website. Why does this cost money? It's a Chrome extension to add emojis. Like, it's ridiculous. Oh, I guess Honey's a scam now, so I gotta remove this one. But yeah, like I have this neat emojis one as well. It also costs money, and it's just like, what happened? I don't want to sound like a boomer, but I call this YouTube channel passionately programming because I'm not the best programmer, but you know I want to be a passionate one. And yeah, what happened to what's this emoji? Oh, this one is fine. Doesn't cost money, by the way, but it's not exactly as convenient since you have to like go into the top right and then click on it to insert the emojis or whatever. Yeah, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. Anyway, what happened to people that just like did stuff because they wanted to? And obviously they exist still. But it makes you think like when the internet was first coming about, you had all these like fun and cool websites. You have websites like Armor Games, like everyone's just publishing their games for free. Everything's fun. You go Cool Maths Games, everything's free and fun. You go to the Chrome store, initiatives like uBlock Origin, Google AdBlock. A lot of people were doing stuff just for the sake of it and because they like doing it and because it helped people. Whereas now I feel like when people are like planning to make something, they're like, oh, how can I monetize this? Oh, cool, Chrome extension to add easy emoji search. How can I monetize that? And it's like, does everything need to be monetized? No. Maybe it's okay if we have some things, a last bastion of free stuff, of just goodwill. And I guess that's where open source comes in. Open source is still alive and well, but yeah. Anyway, where I was going with this before is what's my game plan? How am I going to break out of this mindset of always feeling like I'm not doing enough to be making enough money to be grinding to set myself up for the future, to invest in the right things. If you're not investing right now, you're losing money. That sort of mentality. And well, I guess I have this YouTube channel now, which is like 20 subscribers, so it's not making me any money, and it's not helping because in the back of my mind I can always be like, what if this video gets a million views? But yeah, I guess what my plan is, 2025 New Year's resolution, break out of the hustler's mindset. So the first thing I did was I stopped using TikTok. Stop, yeah, stop using that. I uninstalled Reddit as well. And that's not just because of this. That's also because I felt like I was getting constantly rage baited. Political stuff. Like I just went and checked the comments to have people validate my opinion, and then I'd see people with opposite opinion and people arguing, and like I would just constantly like leave social media feeling annoyed. Anyway, that's unrelated. But that's been a good step in avoiding it. And now I feel like I also have to be more conscious, like when I'm watching YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, like just to avoid the sort of like hustle culture content because yeah, I feel like it's not good for me. I feel like even say I watch one, it works, I become super rich and super grind steady. I feel like long term, that's not what I want my legacy to be in life. I don't really care if I made like a ton of money. Well, obviously it'd be nice to make a bit more money, but yeah, I want to live a satisfying, fulfilled life, and I feel like by focusing less on money, by distancing yourself and realizing money isn't everything, you can achieve a happier life with less money because it's not your focus of your life. Like I feel like a lot of people, like this guy here, and maybe this isn't true, but they all they think about is money all day, every day. They're just like, how can I make more money? Like, what can I be doing? Can I be doing to make money? And yeah, I want to be thinking about like, what fun things can I make? What, how, is there anything I can passionately program? And if I can find a way to, yeah, I don't know. I actually not envy, but I really respect those like guys that just like live in a van, climb in rocks all day in the mountains with not a care in the world because I guess they're broken free from the system. They're managing to stay alive and they're not trapped by the constant need to like make more money. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just gotta be grateful and live in the moment. And I am grateful. When I take time to think about things slowly, I am grateful. But yeah, it's just easy to get lost in the source and be thinking like what I'm doing is not good enough. When it is, you know, it is good enough and maybe I'm okay. Maybe I'm not the world's biggest bum. And even if I was the world's biggest bum, if I'm happy, maybe that's fine. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's like 2 a.m. I have to be at work tomorrow. And by work I mean my office, which is the room next to my bedroom. It's actually this room.